Hello. All this light's very bright. I don't know if it's too much. Maybe I don't need it. I'll turn it down. Hold on a second. Hello. Hello. Is there a thing? No. Maybe I'll just turn this off then. Hello. I don't know if that's good. Let's have a look. Oh no, that's me. Maybe I'll just go. I'll just turn this one off. It's hello. Hello. It doesn't have a switch, unfortunately. There you go. That was kind of something. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? I might have to put my glasses on because I can't really. Not the little print. Hello. It's been a long time since I've been live on Instagram. How y'all doing? How y'all doing out there? I wish I could hear you back. It'd be more interesting. But unfortunately, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Could somebody, oh, look at that. Let's have a look. Oh, Dean Stockings. No, let's not get her on. See all. Send request. Oh, good. Hi. How are you? Sweet. Now, is it better to go live on Facebook, or do you think it's better on here? Let me better to go on Facebook or Jun Nakayama. Oh, I want to play the song. We're working on the song where we mentioned Jun Nakayama and Kyoko Barbie from Japan, and we're working on this song, and it is insane. So I'm going to play you a bit because I'm in that kind of mood. And I've been up since quite early because I've been doing media. So I'm dressed and I'm ready to chat. How are you all?
Battery 80%.
So my friend is online, Jun Nakayama. She's my friend from Japan. And, I kind of mentioned June in a song, mostly because she's fabulous, obviously.
Connected to.
Let me find it. Hold on a minute. Hold on a sec. This track's called Japan, and it's kind of electro. I'm going to play it to you. This isn't finished, though, so I'm just letting you know. Hopefully it'll play. It might be quite loud on here. Is it going to play? Oh, no, it's not. Still downloading. Hold on a second. Play song. Are you ready? What does it matter as long as I believe it? Yeah, I was there that very night. Let's start a rumor. I'm walking through a hungry like June Nakayama. All eyes on me. I'm a super freak. Freaky little freaky. If I'm like a sucker, you broke up for this thing. You went to Tokyo, never came home again. I'm so glad I'm in Japan. I'm so glad I'm hunting land. Oh, yes, I am. I made it up. It never happened. But if they ask me to cover for me, I'm super free. She rolled up on her train. She went to Tokyo, never came home again. She came from Nagasaki. She rolled up on her train. She went to Tokyo, never came home again. I'm so glad I'm glad. I'm so glad I'm Hollywood. Oh yes, I am. Yoko, Bobby, June. I'm making the band. I'm so glad. I'm Hollywood. Oh yes, I am. Well, no. Let's stop it before it goes into something else. June, so I'm gonna need a video, June. You're gonna have to I'm gonna have to organize a video. So I need a video of June Nakayama walking through Roppongi, otherwise it can't be finished. But this is part of my new policy to just put references into my music that relate to me, you know, people that I know, people that I see, things that are very now rather than sort of living in the past, which everybody seems to do in rock and roll. You know, the hardest thing to do in the music industry, especially for an artist like me, is to promote new music, even though, you know, new music is like new flowers. It's creation, and creation doesn't have a kind of a limit for an artist. It's a continuing thing. So, you know, I feel like I'm entering this new phase of my musical sort of existence, and I've got a lot of stuff coming out, really exciting stuff, really varied, insane. None of it makes any sense. And where do I get my hats from? I get my hats from Child of the Jago, which is a shop owned by Joe Corey, and it's in London. So, June Nakayama, how excited are you? So, a few years back when we played, I think it was Tokyo, you were played in Tokyo Culture Club, and it was a small gig, but it was packed and it was just so full of love. I'm on stage and I'm dancing around, and suddenly I hear this, woo! And then I look and I see June Nakayama in a big pink wig, you know, just kind of swirling and twirling, and it was just a beautiful moment. So, you know, and I love June. I love you, June. I miss you, but I feel like I always see you anyway. So, yeah, is that a traveler hat? No, it's not a traveler hat. So anyway, so one of the things that I am doing is messing around, you know, in terms of sound with things from the 80s that I didn't really do in the 80s, you know, sort of sounds that I didn't make in the 80s, sort of the sort of records that, say, the Human League were making or other more electro bands were making. So I started to play around with that. So I've done this fabulous track with Kim Wilde. I'm not going to play all of it, but it's very exciting. And she's amazing. She sounds amazing. I've also done a song with Kim for her. She has a big anniversary coming up next year, so I've done a song with Kim, which is a song that showed. This is a snippet of my forthcoming duet with Kim Wilde. It's called Name and Number. It's very Madonna-esque. It's very New York, sort of late 80s. Let's have a listen. Oh, it says play song. London, Paris. Picture about in a blue silk shirt and smoking with an air of independence, just so cool. I want you. That girl, you know she's got some magic. Tell me who you think you are. She walks around like she owns a place, but never leaves her seat at the bar. And I hope you get what you deserve, and I hope I get it too. What's your name and number? I wanna see you again. What's your name and number? Maybe leave my bed for them. Met you at a bar in New York. In the place of love for mine. Someone called a private taxi. When someone shouted back to mine. That girl, you know she's got some attitude. Tell me who you think you are. So that's me and Kim. So that's exciting. And oh, my house is falling apart. Hold on. Something fell. Something fell. I can't tell. How am I going to raise this up? Wait a minute. I'll be back. That's all. I'm back. Hello. It's very frustrating not being able to hear your voices. I wish there was a way that would be sounds what's happening, not a lot. Info on the art. Oh, that stuff. Oh, that's just me being creative. That's better, I think. Hello. So I've been watching lots of. I was swiping through some sort of live videos earlier, and saw lots of famous people looking very, very awkward. And I think it's very difficult to not look awkward on Instagram. There's something very kind of amateurish about this, but you know what? It's a great way to communicate. So you know that we're getting ready for this Culture Club live stream on the 19th of December. That's my big finger going in front of the screen. and just want to encourage as many of you as possible to get yourself a ticket for the live stream, because it's going to be exciting, and it's going to be the first time that we've played together in over a year, maybe longer than a year. And right now it's going ahead, and you know, we're just hoping for the best, and it feels like the right thing to do. You know, it feels like, you know, someone has to do something, or we're all going to go stir crazy. So if you can get yourself a ticket, Namyo Renge Kyo, Namyo Renge Kyo, Namyo Renge Kyo. And you can see my bell up here. Although it's my little thing. I don't know, my little thing is what my little thing is. You know. Put my phone on charge, so I'm going to move the table. Still very amateur. Amateur hours, always there, ready to go, you know. Hold on a second. Hold on. Wait a minute. Come on, piece of shite. There you go. Hold on a second. Let's see. I may have to go sideways. I think that's charging. Yes, that's charging now. Hello, let's ask your questions. Live stream, yeah. Shanti Shanti. Hi, Russia. I like Russia. I'm not sure if it likes me entirely, but I like it. Ooh. Ooh. I think I'm going to not go live with anyone in particular. I'm just going to talk at you, I think, for the time being. So just, you know, get involved here. And I don't have a... I have to go that way. There you go. Is that going to work? All turn your phones sideways. Hello. No, I can't see the message. What is the album? Okay. So let me just start by saying the concept of albums is very, very old-fashioned, pointless, and a waste of my time. So what's going to be happening in the next, well, just for the future really, is that music is just going to come out, and there's going to be no particular strategy or album or any kind of structure. I mean, all of that stuff doesn't really work for an artist like me. You know, the thing that the music industry fears more than anything is getting old, you know, so they're always clawing for the next best thing, and everything's about new. And it's one of the interesting forms of creativity where your own industry doesn't believe that you can get better at something. It believes that, you know, you sort of do one thing and then you're stuck in it. And that's something that I, as an artist, resist greatly. And in a way, sort of the idea is to sort of take myself out of that cycle and not stress myself out worrying about, you know, where something goes, or, you know, whether it gets played. I mean, you know, you are the ones that give it the value. It's your choice to give it value. And some of my most favorite things nobody else knows about. You know, the first time I ever heard Sly Stone was in my friend Rhonda's bedroom, and you know, it was as important as hearing it on the radio or being told to like it by, you know, the industry. Listening to people talk about music, you realize that people mostly like things that they're told to like, you know. They don't really use a lot of discretion. And then there's people like me, and I guess some of you, who have that kind of longing to hear different things and to explore old things, new things, future things, you know. But I suppose as a creative person, what you're doing right now is always more interesting. You know, the sort of the nostalgia element is beautiful, and it's full of glorious, gorgeous memories, but it's not sustainable in terms of your sort of personal creative outpouring. So I'm going to be releasing a lot of records, a lot of different types of records. I told you I've been playing around with this 80s thing, which has been real fun. And I've got this other track, which I want to play if I can find it, which is total, like, it's total. I played it before, I think, but it wasn't finished. So now it's finished, so I can play. I'll just find it here. Hold on. Get on my computer. Let's have a look. Oh, Faber. Oh. It's really annoying. Nothing made sense. Okay, I think this is it. This is called When Nothing Made Sense. I think I played it last year. I played it at the beginning of the lockdown. It's very, very 80s, as you'll see. Play. I need to clear the songs. Where are you standing? How's the view? Have you decided what to do? Start a war, make a mess, fall out of love, still be friends. Start a war, make a truce, stay real close, but keep it loose. Remember, 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 nothing makes sense. Remember, 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 nothing makes sense. Least of all, you and me. What are you thinking? Give me a clue. Is there still hope for nothing I can do? Start a war, make a mess, fall out of love, still be friends. Start a war, make a truce, stay real close, but remember, 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 nothing makes sense. Remember, 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 nothing makes sense. When nothing makes sense. When nothing makes sense. When nothing makes sense. When nothing makes sense. Make a mess, fall out of love, still be friends. Start a war, make a truce, stay real close, but keep it loose. Start a war, make a mess, fall out of love, still be friends. Start a war, make a truce, stay real close, but keep it loose. Remember, when nothing makes sense. Remember, when nothing makes sense. When nothing makes sense. That music. Yes, the Bowie references are very and quite deliberate. One thing I've done in the last year is learn to get out of my way creatively and learn that there is nothing original on this earth. There is nothing that hasn't been done before or a version of something that hasn't been done. So that doesn't mean you shouldn't do something. That doesn't mean you shouldn't try to do things. And you should also try to add something new to something old. And then it becomes, you know, at the very least, you know, your expression, which I think is really powerful. So I don't think it's a bad idea to reference things. I think it's really smart to listen to other people's music, whether you like it or dislike it, because it can inspire you to either be better or to be more honest or to be more open. I mean, that's really the mission of any artist, is to be more open with the listener, to sort of, you know, metaphorically remove the makeup and reveal a part of yourself that is truthful and vulnerable and open. And so the battles continue. So on the tip of kind of referencing, can you hear me? I just want to make sure you can hear me. Somebody give me can you, oh, hello Japan, konnichiwa. And this isn't even a filter, this is actually how I actually look. Usually when I can you hear me? Yes, say that you can hear me. Say that you can hear me. What songs were we doing at Wembley? Oh, all of them, everything, all the hits and more. So on the subject, I think you can hear me, on the subject of referencing things, this has a very strong, is this the mix? I don't think this is the mix. Let me find it. Hold on. This is a song called Outside the Box. And it references Roxy Music, Brian Ferry, with no shame whatsoever. Oh, this might be fun to hear. Can you hear me? Good, you can hear me. So I might play some demos. This is something I'm working on. I don't even know if I'm gonna, I'll play a little bit of this. This is got a funny story, because I was talking to a friend of mine about Donald Trump, of all people, and I was, you know, when the election first happened, and I was kind of amazed, like a lot of people, at how many votes he actually got. I was like, wow, he really got a lot of votes. I mean, like, we can't deny that like 70 million people voted for Donald Trump, so he's really liked, you know. So really, you know, and I said to my friend, he could have won this election so easily. All he had to do was stop being himself, which is obviously the hardest thing. So this is a really rough demo. This isn't finished. It's and yes, it does have the line "easy peasy lemon squeezy" in it, and I do not apologize. Try someone else. Sometimes being you is the hardest thing I do. Being me is easy, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Only you know which button to push. Complex, so complex, wounded, visionary. I paid to hear my problem, and some of these things weren't problems till I started talking. I must have done something right to be here feeling like a king. Mother virus, swing me. Oh, but I let you in. All he had to do was stop being himself. All he had to do was stop being himself. All he had to do was stop being himself. All he had to do was stop being himself. So that was, you know, it's not about Donald Trump, obviously. In fact, it's about all of us. It's about you, it's about me, it's about everyone. Because the hardest thing to do is stop being yourself, you know, and you know, it's just a funny thing. I was talking about Donald Trump, you know, and then suddenly I was like, oh, that's a great idea for a song. Similarly, I was watching CNN a few months ago, and I was watching this very early speech of Joe Biden, long before he actually got elected, and the TV host after the speech said, Joe Biden just gave us an X-ray of his soul, and I thought, wow, that's a great line. So I have this saying that every time you open your mouth, there's another song, because you can literally get a lyric or the start of a lyric. I suppose if you think about it like a starter culture, you know, one of my favorite new songs that I've written, and it's, you know, I feel like we're a really select, private little group right now. There's just over 300 of us, you know. And you know, I'm just sharing some of my kind of I was going to play you Outside the Box, right? It's very, very Roxy music. Okay, this is coming out soon. It's just going to appear in your life, and you can do what you like with it. This is Outside the Box. You're rolling me like a dice. You're spinning me like a roulette wheel. Those shoes, that dress, some would call it crazy, but you have a way about you, that's what they'll say about you. First you were nothing, now you're absolutely everything. I broke my back, carrying this relationship. You need to know that by your time. My head in the wind of the bag, and feel like outside the box. That's what you said, remember me. Outside the box. That's what you said, remember me. So many years of victory over hate. She broke the camel's back when she called him overrated. You know the price of everything and the value of nothing. He said, I should focus in that, possibly French, but she can't even feel it. You need to roll that fire fly. My hair in the wind of the bag, you know where I'm by. Landfill Avenue, outside the box. That's what you said, remember me. Outside the box. That's what you said, remember me. Broke her pride heel, right there on the stairs. She looked at him for sympathy, but he didn't care. I don't know when it happened, but it did. Outside the box. That's what you said. So there. So let me see if there's any interesting questions. Anyone got a question apart from telling me hello and where you are? You make me bust up with your different faces on Insta. You know what? I love those apps. They're hilarious. I feel like I've got a sort of personal relationship with those apps, and they make me laugh. It drives PK insane. He hates it. PK can't stand it when I do those Instagram things. Can't wait to record with you. Who's that? Lucy Griff. Hello. Oh, I know who you are. I know. I hope that happens too. That'd be amazing. Going to be a while. Daniel Lismore is in the house. I wonder what he's wearing. Oh, are you? I bet he's not dressed because he would probably come on to the stream if he was in full regalia. So, who knows? Who knows? Does live speak Spanish? I can't speak Spanish. What's my all-time favorite Culture Club song? One we haven't written yet. What have we done? Oh God, I don't know if I'll get in trouble playing this, but maybe I will anyway. Who cares? Fuck the rules. See if I can find it. Wait a minute. I'll find it. I'll play. Well, it's not strictly a Cultural Club song, but we'll see. You know me. I love being a troublemaker. Hold on a second. I'll play a little bit, a little tiny bit. Oh, actually, maybe I won't. I can't. Let me see what else I've got. Oh, but I can give you a sneak preview of the forthcoming We Are Brando song, which has been produced by Tony Visconti, who obviously is a legend and my childhood hero. And oh, don't ask me to sing old songs. I'm so bored of nostalgia. I'm going to do that on the 19th. Let me save it for then. Ciao, Italy. Ask me something interesting, please. I beg you, say something. I sent you a request. Oh, you did? I never saw it. Hold on. I don't know how to find it. Where is that? Oh, there you are. Daniel Lismore bites his money. Daniel Lismore still reads comic. Daniel Lismore follows Batman. Well, I've sent you one back now. Okay, I will go. Ooh, new stuff is coming. So much new stuff is coming. It's like ridiculous how much stuff I've recorded in the last. Konnichiwa. Any plans for 9/20/21? Well, I don't think anyone knows what's happening. Oh, I can't be bothered to wait for anybody else. So what are you doing for Christmas dinner? Well, broccoli stalks on my head. Where? No, that's a piece of art. It's not broccoli stalks. It's one of my paintings. Painting is a painting? I don't know if it's a painting. Christmas song. I don't know about that. I mean, I tried to write a Christmas song for me and Delta, which I guess now could be like an autumn song. I mean, it doesn't really matter when it comes out. It's got a mention of Christmas and New Year in it, but no, I don't want to be, I don't like Christmas songs. Oh no, I do actually. My favorite Christmas song is by the Supreme Fabulettes, and it's called You Ruined My Christmas. Because I just remember Christmas as a time of like arguments and fighting and stuff like that. So I remember Christmas being quite stressful when I was a kid. I raise an eyebrow. Duet with Marilyn. I tried to work with Marilyn a couple of years back. It wasn't a successful adventure. Less said about that, the better, really. Happy birthday, Francisca, in Chile. Do you have any pets? No, no pets. I mean, obviously, I have been recently contemplating getting a dog again, but I think it would be very selfish, so no. Who's my favorite artist? Probably Basquiat, probably, then Keith Haring. But you know what? I mean, it's a bit like kind of artists in music. You know, there's some artists, I like one song, I don't like the rest. you know, it's always to me about the song. It doesn't matter. Bring back manly men. It's too late for that. Although I'm quite manly these days with my beard, I never thought there would be a time when I would have a beard and keep it for years, but I did try to take it off. And okay, which artist have I? Well, I've enjoyed working with everyone, but I have to say that Asaf from Israel has been so committed and passionate and just such fun to work with, so easy to work with. So in that respect, you know, I think Asaf's been amazing, but, you know, I've been working with a lot of interesting people. I've worked with Kim Wilde. I've done something with Pete Murphy from Bear House. I've done something with Bigger Ranks in France. He's a French artist. He's amazing. And oh, someone's 14 and lives in Belgium. Well, that's interesting. Please ask me some more questions. I like it. Changing every day, changing every day. I'm afraid the live stream is going to be old songs. You know, it's all the hits. And because we're sort of trying to create this kind of warm, you know, atmosphere, you know, and you know, this is a great time for that, you know, because everybody's in lockdown and we don't know whether what's going to happen in the next few days. It's all a bit sort of unpredictable, so who knows. Tips on becoming a professional musician. Well, first of all, never try to be professional. That would be extremely dull. I mean, be professional in terms of turning up on time and having commitment to your work. If that's what you mean, then obviously that's a good idea. But I know that being a musician is a profession, but I just struggle with the whole concept of going to the job centre and saying, I want to be a rock star. It's all a bit, I think, you know, we've made it look like it's really easy, and you see evidence every day that it isn't easy. You know, there are so many shows, The Voice, X Factor, Britain's Got Talent, and only one person ever gets through, and so many people get pushed aside. And I think it is really hard to be a successful musician. I think it's a myth that it's easy and that all you need is a computer and some leads. I mean, it's much more than that. You know, I think there is a difference between someone who sort of creates musical art and somebody who's an entertainer. And there's a lot of people that I would put into the entertainer bracket. And I was actually having a conversation with someone about this last night. And I was like, I won't tell you who it was, but I was like, oh my God, that's kind of sort of what I think as well. But I also think that in the music business, everyone hates everyone. It's just so childish. Everyone's got a nemesis. What do you think the future is for the music industry? You know what? I have to be really honest and say the music industry depresses me. It's just so depressing. There's no creative industry with so much restriction, so many rules. You can't do this, you can't do that. You know, a DJ can't pick up your record and play it unless it's on the playlist. And I did a thing recently for a nostalgia radio station, and all they wanted me to play was 80s music, which is great, but there's a lot of 80s music that doesn't get played. There's lots of bands that you don't hear on the radio, and it's almost like certain people get pushed aside and ignored, and, you know, you just hear the same things over and over. So actually, the music business, I think, has been fucked for a long time, and I've not been part of it for a long time. So, you know, I don't even really think about that, but I concentrate, you know, on what I'm doing creatively, and that just gives me so much pleasure, you know, creating music, finding new ways to say things, you know, using kind of surrealist ideas to write lyrics, you know, that's, you know, making the stuff is really the fun bit. The rest of it, you know, just even the words music and industry, they're just such, they're almost like an oxymoron. They don't make any sense together as far as I'm concerned. Oh, thank you. It sucks. The music business sucks. I mean, you know, I did sort of say jokingly on the other day on the radio in Israel that radio hates music. It kind of does. So it just plays the same thing over and over. Imagine if you were a chef and you were forced to make the same meal for the next 20 years, you know, or if you're a painter and people are like, oh yeah, I want another one of those. It just wouldn't happen. So I think for a creative industry, the music industry is deeply uncreative, and I hope somebody comes up with a new platform that is has a bit more freedom in it, really. Hi, across the pond. If I could do one thing over again, what would I do? Well, I'll tell you what, actually, that's a really good question, because I think I would have, I mean, listen, I'm not saying I don't love being famous, it's amazing, but in the sort of, you know, the sort of 80s when it all kind of exploded, I think I got sort of distracted by the fame aspect of what I was doing, and sometimes to the detriment of what I was doing creatively, because I think being famous becomes a job. Once you get famous, it becomes a job, and it distracts you from what you're doing musically. And at some point you have to almost make a sort of deal with fame and say, right, I know what you are, I know what I've created, and I'm just gonna get on with that. And then what's the difference between mainstream music and family music? Well, I don't think there is a difference. It's all just bollocks. You know, it's like, it's all just done to confuse us and to narrow the creative margins. It's not done to kind of expand things. I don't think people think about, I think music today has become the soundtrack to a coffee commercial, to selling a bed, to being in a movie. I think there's just too much weird sort of unnatural cross-collateralization with, you know, sort of with corporate entities. But, you know, we all do it. We're all guilty of doing it. I mean, I think that, I think it's difficult. I think it's difficult to survive in the creative world, and you have to be pretty belligerent. So I guess if you answer that question, it's a long answer I gave you. I would say I would have taken more time to do the things I really wanted to do, and not got so distracted by fame. What are some of the people I'm listening to now? Ooh, that's always a difficult one, because I don't really know what I'm listening to now, because, you know, what's now, what's then? I mean, I think the way that things filter through your ears now, it's not the same way it used to be. When I was at school, I'd go to the local record shop and I would pick up a sleeve of a record and go, oh, this looks interesting, I'm gonna listen to this. And you discovered things in a very different way. There was some stuff that you were bombarded with on the radio, and some of that was amazing. You know, I feel like in the 70s there was this real mix of, you know, you had things like Bowie, and then you had things like Cliff Richard and the Goombay dance bands, and you had things that your mum liked and things that you thought were terrible, and then you had things that you thought were life-changing. And that kind of, I look away every time I ask the question, well, I'm just kind of lost in my thoughts. You know, it's not some big psychological, oh, you've discovered something really deep and mysterious about me. Okay, I don't even know where I'm looking, because where's the camera? Very interesting. Please can you say video? I might save it, I don't know. I'm going to play some more music. Don't be a robot, be unique. You're telling me. The best advice I've been given recently is take yourself by the arm. And what that means is, you know, or stop it before you start it, which I've just actually turned into a song. And, you know, that thing of, you know, I think these days, because of the internet, because of the speed of the way we communicate, sometimes we don't think about our responses. And what I've learned about myself is that I'm better when I pause before I say something. But of course, you know, the Matrix doesn't give you the time to you know, kind of think about what you want to say. And I think for me, you know, being a Gemini as well, sometimes I say something about somebody, I don't really mean it. It's just kind of one side of the twin is bitchy, and the other side's like peace and love, hippies and melon, you know, dungarees and melon. And sometimes it gets, I do. Can I be your singing coach? Well, do I like Joan Am I Trading? I mean, that's just a crazy question. I love it when you call me names. I love Joan Am I Trading. I saw Joan Am I Trading in Birmingham at Birmingham Odeon in the 70s with Martin Degville. Martin Degville took me to see Joan Am I Trading, and I was at that gig, and it was amazing. Amazing. So would you consider doing a podcast on Spotify? I just feel like there's so many podcasts, too little time, you know. I feel like, and also, would you really be able to have interesting debate in the current climate of the world, where everything you say is nano kind of analyzed, and, you know, everyone's offended by everything you say? I think there's some things that, you know, we all know are inappropriate, and we don't need to be told that. But not being able to have a good discussion about anything is so depressing. Is John coming back? You know what? I think we were supposed to have a, what date is it today? We're supposed to have, it's the 10th, and we're supposed to be having a get together with John Moss on the 14th. So we'll see. It's going to be like, it's going to be like Joan Crawford at the Coca-Cola meeting. Don't fuck with me, fellas. I wish I could post it on here. People don't debate, but you know, people are very awkward, and we're all awkward. I think even if you're sort of good at doing this stuff, and you know, and you kind of are used to being, you know, having cameras shoved in your face, I think it's difficult to, I don't know. I think when you meet people for the first time, there's a lot of, like dog, you know, when dogs kind of have a sniff, there's a lot of that stuff, and people tell you what they want you to know about them rather than revealing any deep truth. And you know, I find that's a struggle. You know, everything I own is going to be there. You know what? I love Hallelujah, but it's just been oversung, and no one else needs to do it. I mean, you know, the Jeff version, I've forgotten his name, Jeff Buckley. Oh my God, dizzy moment. Blonde, I'm blonde. Jeff Buckley version is, you know, and also, you know, I'm interested in writing new things. You know, I'm an artist. That's what I do. I'm not interested. The past is great. It's great to dip into it. I love it. I've got total respect for those songs and for that experience. But you know, it's got nothing to do with what I'm doing now. And I do like. Well, if I didn't like interacting with you guys, I wouldn't come on here. Which I haven't been on here for a while. And somebody said to me, I was actually talking to Chris Moyles on the radio earlier, and he said at the beginning of lockdown, I was on Instagram and I was chatting to people, and he absolutely loved it. And I thought, I haven't done it for a while. And I thought, yeah, I agree. I've just saw the message about Louis Theroux. I mean, depending on the person, you know, the conversation can flow very freely. But, you know, when you do interviews, a lot of the time when people ask you, for example, when people ask me about Harry Styles, they're asking me to cause trouble. They're not asking me because they're necessarily interested. And I think the news tends to eat itself. It's just weird. It's just circular and keeps going around in a circle, and everybody keeps asking you the same things. Yes, my teeth are new. It's true. I call them Keith the teeth. I love them. They're beautiful. They used to be the backing singer. Now they're the upfront star. But you know, that's enough about that. Thank you. Do they know it's Christmas? Well, they will do this year. Feed the World sessions. Oh, I've done that. Ask me something new. How are your gorgeous friends PK and Phone? PK is actually here in London right now because obviously he is here for the show, and you know, we're aiming to start rehearsing on Monday, and that's going to be real fun. I'm going to be behind some plexiglass, which is quite funny because on the last tour that we did, because you know, when you're singing, if the drummer's behind you, sometimes that noise of the drums feeds into your mic and you get this weird sound. So I made John Moss have this plexiglass screen, it's like a drum screen, and now I'm going to have one put around me because of COVID. So it's quite funny. Meet and greet tomorrow. Yes, I'm talking. I think it's tomorrow. I don't know. What artist would you like to collaborate with? You know what? I personally don't care whether someone is well known or up and coming. It's really whether you connect with that person, whether you think that person can add something to what you're doing. You know, it's that simple. And can you save the live, please? Okay. How are you? My old smile is exactly like my new smile. And I'm from Staten Island. Oh my God, I've been there once. When am I back on the TV? I don't know. What's my favourite hangout? Can punk be acoustic? Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think punk can be anything it wants. I mean, look at, you know, Jilted John, things like that. You know, that was kind of acoustic, some of that. And, you know, you could argue that Dylan was a punk, you know. Hi from Syracuse. Will I have a DJ again? Quite possibly. What do I think of what group? What group? You know what? There's no new album. It's just going to be endless love. It's going to be like endless love. There's no album, schmalbum, release date. Oh, it's all just. It's just a ritual that I'm not interested in being part of. I'm just going to put stuff out, and it's just going to keep coming, and it's going to appear. And trust me, there's a lot of it, and it's great, and I'm really proud of it. So I don't have any insecurity about what I do musically. I mean, all artists are trying to get their product on the shelf, and every artist wants to get played on the radio. But it seems like unless you fit these kind of narrow parameters, you're stifled, and you know, it's deeply frustrating if you're a creative person. But do I love disco? You want to hear my new disco song? It's called Dirty Disco. Let's see if I can find it. It's not fun. It's not finished yet. I am sort of, it's very camp, I have to say. You got your eye on me, Dirty Disco. I've been working on this. Oh, is it not on here? I'm going to have to go here. Hold on a second. Wait, hold on. Oh, okay. This is very rough, but it's camp. Eat your heart out, Kylie. Oh no! My speaker went off. Hold on a second.
70%.
Connected to your life. You got your eye on me.
MacBook Pro disconnected. Ready to connect.
Just on. I don't know. Hold on a second. Advanced. Right, I'm trying to get this to work. Sorry. It's very unprofessional, I know, but you know, that's me. Peak I'll be having like a fit. You got your eye on me. I can't do this, it's so aggravating. Wait a minute.
Ready to connect.
Well, connect then, you son of a bitch. That's so annoying.
G's MacBook Pro.
Oh, I think it's on now.
Ready to connect.
No. It's not doing it. Oh. I'll just open Bluetooth. It's getting on my nerves. Bluetooth preferences. Hold on. Let's have a look. Oh, me. Dirty Disco. I don't understand why it won't work. It's very frustrating. Turn this off. Ask me another question anyway. You're meeting me tomorrow. I'm trying to find the sound.
Battery 70%. Connected to G's MacBook, Xiaoban's iPhone.
Maybe if I turn it off, wait a minute, I'm going to. Oh my gosh. Okay. Who's CD? Fuck off. I don't think I can do it. It's very annoying. Right. I'll just move on. It's very annoying. No, it's not working. Fuck off. Oh no, it won't work. So check out Molly Ash. I will. What's my favourite colour in food? Boring. You know what? I'm actually too busy promoting my own music to promote anyone else. Would I cover Bowie? I have many times. I've done Gene Genie. I've done Suffragette City. I've done Starman, and I've also done a version of Where Are We Now? So.
Ready to connect.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. That's so annoying. Let me see if I can. Maybe if I turn the whole thing off, maybe. Hi. Well, I look nothing like me either, so it's okay. Don't feel bad. Let's turn this off. Bluetooth. Oh, something's happened with the computer. That's why it's gone all weird. Keep changing these. Put it on.
Battery 70%.
Connect.
Ready to connect.
Sing some of the Kinks songs. Why? So I'm going to be on Cyndi Lauper's show this weekend. I've made a very special piece of content for Cindy's Home for Holidays event, so that's going to be good, and I'm very excited about that. Where do I see myself in 10 years? I've got no idea. I do remember Yokohama Stadium. I don't know why I can't get my thing to work. I made it up. Connect.
Ready. Connected to G's MacBook Pro.
Oh, I think it worked. This is exciting. We get to Dirty Disco now. Let's see if I can find it. You got down me, Dirty Disco. Hello, Angela. I'm not going on The Voice next year. I've left. It's all over.
You better say something coming in here just like that. You are not serving fashion, you are rationing fashion. Now make way for the queen. Sweet Sugar King, that's my name. Let the bitches swing now. Make way.
Dirty Disco.
Watch me get through this line. Make some room, bitches, make some room. Ain't got no right. Just take a claim on you. It's time for my long night. It's bound to be someone new. Why the soldier can't be saved? Why the boy just can't behave? He's getting high, you're feeling afraid. Down at the disco. It's time with the black trees to lay. Hold the tape. There's the flame. You know my name? Don't forget it. Don't you ever forget it. You got your eye on me. Dirty disco. You got a way of saying what should never be said. Ah, you got your eye on me. Dirty disco. Let them turn out the lights. You keep dancing in my head. I got no right.
That's enough of that. So that's a little thing that me and Roland Kinky Roll have been working on, and it's been really fun. So let me answer some more questions. Let me see what else. Oh, I've done an interesting cover version of OMD, The View from Here, which is beautiful, but I'm not playing you that because the vocal's not right. So ask me some questions. Hi, Craig Bailey. That's nice. Don't forget the name Oliesh, okay. Would you duet with Morrissey? Such a controversial question. I generally, I'm not answering that question because it's just too complicated, but you know, I'm a massive Morrissey fan. But yeah, I don't necessarily agree with his current state of thinking, but yeah, I mean, he wouldn't record with me anyway, so it's a stupid question. I don't mean this is your stupid, it doesn't matter really. How am I? Tired and tortured, but seeing you has brightened my day. So there is no album name. There is no new album. It's just going to be endless, endless, beautiful music coming at you, Cleopatra. Sheldon and I will never speak again. Biggest life lesson from this year. I think that, obviously this lockdown has been a different experience for every single person. I think for some people it's been unbearably difficult and continues to be so. And I really feel for those people. For me, it's just been a case of getting on with it, just getting on with it, putting your head down and just, accepting what it is and trying to stay sane, because a lot of people out there are crazy bitches. There's some nutters out there. Even people I know, they're just insane. Hi, Poland. Hi, Melbourne. I'm excited. So I don't know if there's meet and greets. I'm excited when I'm doing them. Come to Edinburgh. Do I miss the 80s? No. I can recreate them in like a nanosecond. I think that, the 80s were amazing, but, I don't miss them. I like now. Now is the only time to exist. It's the only time you can exist. When people say, oh, that music's really now, I'm like, well, yeah, because it is now. Hate to be obvious. I don't live with Pika. I live in London. Hi, Peru. Hi, Manila. I need some more questions. What's my favorite? Oh, don't ask me about country. What's on my bucket? I don't have a bucket. No one can explain them. But what is my favourite food? I have to say, my favourite food in the goddamn world is bread. It is just the best thing. I try to just have sourdough, but it's difficult not to eat bread. Are you still on the heath? The 80s sucked. Well, I think it's quite funny. I don't really know what that means, but we've got some more stuff coming up with Lady Lloyd. Yes, I will DJ again. Freddie Mercury, was a massive fan of Freddie. I knew Freddie was amazing. I'll wait for you. Hi, North Carolina. What's my favorite chord? I think it's G. My eyebrows are fierce. Oh, my sourdough bloomer. The best is Gales. The wasted sourdough is really good. It's so good. How do I get inspired? Oh my God. Everything inspires me. Everything everyone says, everything I feel, everything I object to, everything. Good example. I get a lot of lyrics from PK because, he says things that, kind of drive me up the wall. So sometimes says things and I'm like, oh my God, that's so annoying. But then I'll sit with the sentence and I'll turn it into to a song. So this is a song I was talking to PK about relationships actually, and we were talking about what's acceptable, what do you put up with in a relationship, and he said to me, it's all about what you'd call unreasonable. So I wrote a song with Kavan, so I'm going to play it to you. It might be the opening track. I keep saying album, but there's no such thing as an album. This is called What Would You Call Unreasonable? I think I played it last time I was on anyway, this is it. Better than a slight kick, the French resistance in my bed. You're lying to me now, I can see it in your eyes. You're lying, bloodshot eyes.
your eyes, melodies of high. In my heart is everything. Come on, give me everything. What would you call unreasonable? What would be problematic? I'll give you my love solid, baby. Even if I never give you.
So that question, money or fame, it's a good question. I don't know. This is a song actually, which is a little bit about that subject. It's called Simple Complications. And I probably wrote it about, maybe about Marilyn. Certainly it was in my thoughts when I was writing it.
Is there nothing I can give you? Tea, coffee, something strong? Is there nothing I can say to ease the pain? It's not hurtful, I know, but you brought us all in the same. Flying by the seat of the planes, thinking of no one. All that's wondered well, now sequence understand. Time to tighten your belt. I'll give us the pleasure. Give me a kiss. Give me a dollar. Give me a kiss. Give me a dollar. I love to call him down. Give me a dollar. I'll take one back. If we keep going, we'll end up with nothing. Give me a kiss. I'll take one back. If we keep going, we'll end up with a million. A gazillion, million, trillion. More money than sun.
So that might be the answer to your question. I think that, can you see my comment, George? I can, but the hi from Istanbul. Bye-bye. So there's lots of great things coming. And did I always want to be famous? I wanted to be loved, and I thought maybe fame would fill that hole, but it doesn't. So now I want to be famous and I want to be loved. So, you know, I kind of seek both, I think. What is my favorite song? It hasn't been written yet. Maybe, actually, I'm going to play this. This is really pretty. You know, you have these arguments all the time with management and record companies and oh, you know, telling you what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. Oh, actually, there's another one I could play. I'll play you a few things, yeah? This is called Blameless. I'm going to change some of the lyrics. Lots of
The beautiful are blameless. The disappointed are pain. Jealousy is not your friend. Loneliness is a shame. Revenge is not sweet. And the road is long. If all you do is blame yourself for everything that's wrong. Don't go blaming love. Don't you blame the city. And please don't blame yourself. If all you want is pity.
More questions, please. Sing. What do you want to sing? I can't think of anything. How's my asthma? My asthma is pretty good, depending on what I eat. My asthma is better than it was, but it's still there. So, no. The first time I ever met Helen Terry was outside this nightclub called Heaven, and my friend said, "Oh, she's an amazing singer. She's an amazing singer. You should work with her." And I just looked at Helen Terry and I said, "Sing for me." She looked at me and she said, "No, I'm not a performing seal." So I'll say that back to you. Love on fire, endless heat. Hi, Derek. How you doing? Oh no. Oh. I'm waiting for my phone to charge. What's your favourite musicians? I mean, it changes all the time. There's no one, or just keeps, keeps going. You just, it's not just the song, it's the person, it's the way they look, it's everything. Hey, Emily from Perth. Favourite Motown song? Favourite Motown song? I love all of them. I mean, come on, how can you not? No, you can't have. I love all Bowie's music. I've written 2 books. I don't have any pets. Thanks to my. What comes first, music or lyrics? Well, that's an interesting one. I write a lot of lyrics. I believe that if you find what you want to say, you'll find a way to say it. So, in my opinion, all the best songs have great lyrics, even if they're very simple. If you listen to Bob Marley, the lyrics are very simple and poignant, but they're clever. They're placed in such a beautiful way. And I think Bob Marley is a really good example of an artist that you never get bored of listening to. Wherever you are and you hear him, you go, "Oh my God," it just sits in your ear. So it's always, for me, about that opening line, the first line, or getting a chorus like, "What would you call unreasonable? What would be problematic? I'd give you my last dollar, baby, even if I didn't have it." So, a lot of my stuff does rhyme. Sometimes I try not to. That would be one of the influences of Morrissey, because he's got a very interesting sort of lyrical style, and that's definitely influenced me. There's no question. And everyone influences me. I used to kind of deny my influences, but now I don't. But equally, when I hear somebody just said to me, "Oh, do you like Harry Styles?" I'm like, well, I don't know him to dislike him. I like him. I'm observing like everyone else. And, there's been this whole hoo-ha about the dress. I mean, it's just, I don't care about it. I like some of the pictures. It's not particularly challenging to me. It's just, it's good. But equally, I think that, if you do something controversial, then you've got to expect that people are going to talk about it. And so, it's, I mean, I understand that. I went through years of being abused by the media and having homophobic things written about me that were completely acceptable. So, I've got much sympathy for people that get, easily offended, really. I'm just looking at the question. The first song I ever wrote, oh my God. It might have been The Eyes of Medusa. I do not do my own makeup. No, I have Christine Bateman, and she comes in her mask, and she's amazing. And she did a very simple makeup today. It's very sort of very simple, but it's really nice. And when you've got these early mornings, you kind of, you know, you want to do something that's kind of quick and not too stressful on the eyes, because my eyes are so weepy first thing in the morning. So I'm just keep it simple. But I have a lot of fun with Christine. I would say, in answer to the question about love, I think love is a doing thing. It's not something you can necessarily talk about, you know, because I think love is an action. It's a verb. Is that right? It's a verb, yeah. So I think that there's a great song, Love, love is a verb, love is a doing. I will play a little bit of the OMG song because it's... Oops. Imagine if I was on the, let me just find it. Benny, I mean, it's not mixed, it's quite loud, and ooh, I love this song. I really love this song, and I was like, oh my God, I wish I'd written this. It's really rough, I warn you. Okay, but I'm only going to play a little snippet. Are you ready? Climb the mountain of your fear. You should see the view from here. Walk with me until we're done. Take the long road, don't go home. As the night goes deeper in, nothing remains of where it's been. Hold the petals one by one. Finally, they're all gone. Slide it backwards down the slope. Clinging desperately to hope. Watching you outside the road. Cast away, couldn't cope. Climb the mountain of your fear. You should see the view from here. Climb the mountain of your fear. Easier said than done from here. I don't have a boy called Snoopy, actually. And the other bit of good news, the other very exciting bit of news, is that I'm working with Tony Visconti, who is one of my childhood heroes and producer of OE, Bowler, and the list is just endless, endless, endless. and I'm working with him. He's just produced the new single, the first real sort of proper debut single for We Are Brando, and it's a smash. The name of that song is The View From Here. It's an OMD song. I haven't quite finished the vocal yet. It's a cover of an OMD song that I love, that I just heard and thought, oh my God, I wish I'd written this. What was I going to play? I was going to play, what was I going to play? I can't remember. Andy. Can't think now. What did you just, oh, Brando. I'll play, hold on a second. Anthony. And this is hello, this is, I think this is it. It's called Hello. It's awesome. Oh no. That's not it. Wait a minute. So annoying, I can't find it. I'm just looking, sorry. I'm just seeing if there's any other good questions. Nothing good. Some of you people are really stuck in the past. Stuck in the past. Stuck in the past. Oh, it's so annoying. Oh, I'll play the rough. Oh, I think it is this one. It's Mix 11. It's called Hello, and its claim to fame is the two following things: that it's produced by Tony Visconti, and Robbie Williams turned it down as a song.
Take your pain somewhere new. Don't let the pictures see. I told you. Hands up like Brando on the waterfront. Don't wanna hear you sing. I could have been someone. Hello, hello. Your sweet voice on the radio. I swear I've heard that song before. Must be that TV. Hello, hello. You're my favorite place to go. I love you, girl. In stereo. Hello, hello, hello.
Well, I think that when people gush over you, it's, I mean, you can see that it doesn't really, it's nice to have people being nice to you. So, I mean, I don't think people do gush over me, actually. I don't feel gushed over at all. I think people treat me reasonably. I don't, you know, it's not like it used to be quite insane, but I think people are, very, very good. It is very Robbie, you know, and what a fool he was to turn it down, but there you go. That's life. That's life. Venezuela. Oh. Are you philosophical? I'm very philosophical. I think if I was, I don't think that's my middle name, philosophical. No, I'm not singing Carmen Camino. I will play you the new version of Carmen Camino, which I prefer. Where is it? Is it even on here? No, it's on here. Oh.
Didn't hear your wicked words every day. And you used to be so sweet. I heard you say that my love was an addiction. When we played our love this song, when you go, you're gone forever. You staying alone, you staying alone. Come, 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 chameleon. You come and go, you come and go. Love will be there because the light I see. Red gold, every day is like survival. You're my lover, so now where you go. Every day is like survival. You're my lover, you're my rival. You come and go, you come and go. Loving would be here because we're like my dream. Red golden dream, red golden dream. Come, 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 come in. You come and go, you come and go. Loving would be here because we're like my dream. Red golden dream, red golden dream.
So lovely, wonderful. You can make that song. I think you can make any song different. Okay, listen, I've been on here for hours. It's been amazing, and I'm going to come back another day, another moment. But thank you so much. It's been real fun. Don't forget to stream Rainbow in the Dark, or to buy it, support it, send it to friends for Christmas. Remember, you're the DJ. You own the radio station.